When I first started playing Marvel Rivals, I was overwhelmed by the amount of characters to choose from. The roster felt massive and I found myself constantly swapping between heroes, trying to figure out which one suited me best. Eventually, a few characters started to click with my playstyle. As I climbed the ranks and got more and more competitive, I naturally stuck with them. I'm not by any means a high-ranked player, I'm currently only in Diamond, but once you hit a certain rank, experimenting with new characters can feel risky. And here's the real dilemma. The character I want to switch to? He's easily the most polarizing pick in the game. You probably already know who I'm talking about from that sentence alone. The one and only Spider-Man. Most of the time, swapping around is not a huge issue. A Hulk player can figure out the Thing, an Iron Man player can figure out Storm. Spider-Man is like no other character we have in this game so far. His skill ceiling is absolutely crazy. He's either an absolute game wrecker, dismantling backlines and carrying fights, or he's a teammate using their feet to work the keyboard. So I decided to make up a fresh account, turn off voice chat because I'm a coward, and grind out my quick play matches to level the account up. The biggest thing I learned from playing Spider-Man in quick play matches is that he's really hit or miss. Some games you feel unstoppable, while in others you're completely getting wiped, especially without the Venom team up. Spider-Man is really good when he's good, and really bad when he's bad, at least in the hands of a new player. While all of the quick play matches really burned me out on him, of course I still had to take him to ranked once I reached level 10. And even after spending 4 hours in quick play prior to my first competitive match, the very first one I lost. I don't know if it was the fact that I was actively recording myself or just playing when I wasn't 100% buzzed out on caffeine. I just felt lost the whole first match. But I played another 10 matches after that, winning most of them if not losing a couple more. How was my experience though? Playing Spider-Man is playing against everyone. Voice chat will light you up from both sides. It's incredibly mentally taxing to juggle with his extremely high skill ceiling and taking the brunt of everyone's anger in the game. I even gave in and swapped more than once to play somebody else because the team was pissed. This was a completely new experience for me. My most played time is a frontline tank, Doctor Strange. With him, you will barely get blamed for the loss. It is not that hard to play him. Playing Strange after a day of work can actually be somewhat relaxing. When I played Spider-Man in ranked, I was miserable. I don't get much time to play games anymore, and maybe this wouldn't have been a problem if I was still in school or unemployed, but the time I spent on this challenge took one of my favorite things I get to do for an hour a day and made it a chore. I really wanted to challenge myself further, but I just can't. I have a full-time job, a wife, and dogs. Gaming is my small time of day I get to just completely decompress with no responsibilities. But this turned into something that felt like an extension of work. And it doesn't help if you spend your whole day working, cramping your hands on a keyboard. Spider-Man only makes this problem worse. It feels like you have to do 10 key presses a second to use him effectively. I'm hanging up the Spidey suit with a 72% competitive win rate and a bronze 1 rank. And you know what? I'm happy with that. To answer the question, is it too late to swap my main? Yes, at least for a character like Spider-Man. Maybe I should have tried Magic.